Yo, so Badwater. It's a pretty popular map, you know. Everyone seems to really like Badwater. It's one of the most popular maps in the game, I'd say. Between the entire community, I feel like casual players like it, and even like some of the more serious hardcore players like it. I myself, as a casual sniper pub fella, quite enjoy this map. I think the reason a lot of people like this map is because it's got, well, first of all, it's payload, which people like, and also it really gives the opportunity for every class to really excel. Like, I can't really think of a class that you couldn't run on this map and do well as. Maybe Scout, because, payload sentries, but, like, you could still do stuff as Scout. So, really popular map. And I want to talk about why I like this first point in particular as a sniper man so much. Because, in my opinion, this is the best sniper area probably in the entire game that I can think of right now. Maybe I'm wrong, but it just has so many options for you. I mean, the rest of the map's pretty good too, but just this first point in particular is so good. So you may be thinking like, all right, what are you talking about? Snipers and pubs, they stand here and shoot into spawn, or they sit in spawn and they run out and then they die from a sniper standing on that hill. What's so good about that? That's all I ever see. Well, those people are simply uncreative and not, I don't want to say not playing the game right, because there's no right way to play the game, but in my opinion, they could be doing much better. There's so many options on this first point. Mainly, this pile of rocks. This is the most beautiful pile of rocks in the entire game, objectively, because hardcore parkour, you can jump up here, boom, aim at their spawn, like no one can see you, no one looks here. Like you're in the spawn, you come out, you're looking for snipers here. You don't see this tiny little crack here. It just looks like that fence touches that rock. So a lot of people don't even realize you can stand there. Especially not as a sniper, like maybe like a soldier or whatever, but like who cares? You're a sniper standing in spawn. Who cares about a soldier that's standing on some rocks? But no, a sniper can stand up here. You can shoot people that are in their spawn that don't even see you. So you basically just get free shots. You can shoot like heavies as they walk out with a fully charged shot because you're nice and safe here. You can charge up a full shot, poke out, bam, kill someone. Don't even really need a headshot because there's not really any imminent danger there. If you're really brave, you're up here. Hold on, let me get up here. If you're really brave, maybe there's no snipers. You can jump up here, get a nice angle on the cart, better angle on their spawn here. It's just a really good rock. And when I talk about offense later, these rocks will be back, don't worry. I mean, this spot here that all the pubbers use, it's not a bad spot. I mean, you got the cover of these rocks, you got this health pack and ammo pack here, very useful. Obviously, usually there's a dispenser in here even, which, basically makes you very easily able to refill up to full health. Sometimes there's sentries here, which basically means that a bad spy is not going to be able to, like, do anything to you. Or like scouts or like rocket jumping soldiers, they're not that much of a threat when you're standing here. So it's definitely a good spot. You can stand back and like walk forward, make sure that people can't see you till you can see them. It's a good spot. You can also stand up here. This is probably the most common sentry spot among good engineers is around here. You can snipe down there. Got to be careful because people come around this corner. Or you can stand back here, support the sentry, and make sure no one takes it out from really far away. Another good spot. Would rate that one quite highly. And then you got this tunnel. Now this tunnel is pretty awesome because for some reason I just don't see like blue snipers look down this tunnel. They like to stand in the spawn. So even when your defense isn't really on this hill and everyone's focusing around this side on the cart, You know, you can chill down here. The snipers are probably still just hiding over there waiting for someone to come out when they're not going to. And you can take easy shots on the cart from really far away through this tunnel. And they don't really have much room to maneuver. They can't go up without running into your team who's hopefully holding up there. And you can just take shots on the cart. And you can stand here, go fall back for cover. You know, sometimes there's a dispenser in here or like next to this rock. You know, you got some health. It's a good spot. And you know, as for the first point, if you're really pushed back, you can stand like back here. This is another good spot. Well, usually you would go back to the second point if you were standing here. Like if you're shooting at the point here, it can work. But yeah, that's pretty much all the good defensive sniper spots. And then as for offense, some good spots. Let me switch to blue teams just so I can walk around spawn easily. Oh, I didn't realize that I had to respawn. Anyway, yeah, like I said, usually, you know, snipers, they walk out here, they aim here, that's about it. Until, you know, really until the cart's almost to the point, they just kind of stand here. And then usually they will just come, you know, walk up here. Often they'll actually stand like here and aim up at this hill, which is where this rock spot really shines. Like I've had times where I'm on blue, and I'm holding up there, aiming down, you know, aiming down here. And, you know, my team is gone from here. Their team is like taking that cliff and they just don't see me. Players don't tend to look up here. And, you know, there's like snipers aiming like here and you're just standing right there. You have such an easy shot on them. It's ridiculous, but they don't see it. So you can just take them out easy. And then usually when they come back out of spawn, they kind of look at you so you can like be ducked down. If you can time it with their respawn right, they come out, they don't see you, so they assume like, oh, maybe someone got them since our team's so far forward. Then you can poke out, they're not focusing on you, and it's pretty hard to like quickly like flick up there, because it's just such a weird spot for someone to be, for a lot of people who aren't used to it. But yeah, I cannot overstate, that's definitely my favorite spot on this, definitely my favorite defensive spot is that little corner. But anyway, yeah. That's what you would usually do. What I like to stand, you know, I don't like to stand in these like big sight lines at the start of the round, because like I really don't like when the round starts. You got two snipers aiming at each other's heads. The gates open, and whoever clicks first wins. Like that's not my. I don't enjoy that, is what I should be saying. And so I actually like to stand over here. Usually there's some players just chilling, and you can get some easy shots on them. People don't tend to come down here and look around here, so you can just stand here, take some free shots. Sometimes, a lot of times, players will just be like standing out here, focusing on that spawner on the cart, and they don't even see you over there, because like realistically, who comes out this door? Like these doors are so much closer. Those doors are like way closer to the spawn, so usually people walk out those, but you can stand here. A lot of the time, like the medics will come up here, so you can just get an easy full charge body shot on them. Kind of dirty, but like, you know, play to win. And then you can move out here, aim down this tunnel. A lot of snipers will stick on defense, will stick to that spot up there, so they won't come down to this tunnel. Although I do see, this is definitely probably the second most common sniper spot on this map on the first point for defenders, is at the other end of the tunnel. And so, you know, you could take out the snipers. It's kind of dangerous, but, you know, be better than them, and then you can take them out, take out defenders in this tunnel, and you can pretty much guarantee a pretty safe advance for your cart. You just got to watch out for people up above. And speaking of up above, this isn't really a sniper specific tip, this is just a tip for this map in general, is you can do some parkour and get up here as any class. You don't need to be like a rocket jumping class or anything to make it up here, but you can come up here and you know, do whatever, set up like a weird sentry gun there. I don't know what you want to do, but that's such a useful jump. I didn't know about that for the longest time, but I feel like a lot of people don't know about that, but you can do that. And as a sniper, when you're up here, You can actually, like, you know, since so many snipers stand like right here, through like this crack on the rocks, or you can come around here, take them out. I don't know, this is another thing where like a lot of people don't see you. You gotta be careful over here. This is actually another good spot. You can like poke up and like get the engineer. And if you're careful, the sentry can't hit you. Good spot. But this has got to be, this is probably the like one of the longest sight lines in the entire game, is this little rock. You stand here, you have an angle all the way past the second point where the snipers usually stand. Like, even when your team is trying to cap the second point, this spot can work really well, which is kind of strange because it's like so close to your spawn. But you can stand here and there's really very little danger because, like, let's go all the way back here. Like, what, I don't even see, like right there, I think is where you are from their perspective. Hold on. Yeah, like right, you know, you to them are like right there. They just don't expect it. They expect snipers over here. So if there's like a few pixels of your head poking out there, a lot of the time they don't see it. Especially if they're just standing there and you pop out unexpectedly. Good spot. And it's just such a, it's really good because you can crouch and you have cover behind the rock, and then you just poke out, take a shot, hide again, reposition after a few shots. You know, that's a good practice as sniper all the time anyway, is repositioning after a few shots because people can see you. You know, this can be a good spot too. Doesn't really get you the same like vision as standing on that rock, but it's still not a bad spot, and you can get into this little cubby here where sometimes engineers like to set up or whatever. When you are coming out, I mean, this isn't a bad spot. I talked about it earlier, how you can get taken out really easy from up here. I mean, if you know about it, you're probably good. And the chances that a sniper on the other team knows about this spot are pretty low. So, I mean, or sometimes they just don't have a sniper. I mean, okay, it's Valve Casual we're talking about. They probably do have at least like 3 snipers, but the chances of them being up there are pretty low. I know I talked about how useful of a spot it is, but just like I said, a lot of people don't know about it. Take out people on this hill, and then, you know, you get this spot. This is one of the most dangerous spots on this map, I would say, because they always have, like, pretty much always have snipers staying there. If there's snipers on their team, they'll be standing there at this point once you're able to stand on this hill. So it's ill-advised to stand here, but can be done. If they don't have any snipers or their snipers are bad at the video game, you can hold this spot. And, like, practically speaking, this is a pretty good spot because you get so much vision and you're not as far away, so it's a little easier to hit stuff. And you know, if your team's really good and they're holding this down and there's no one like rushing in and there's no snipers, this can be a good spot because you have angle to more of this point where they're holding, and you could even like move up if your team is, you know, really got things locked down. You can come up here, try and take out an engineer on the roof maybe, but that's a little risky, and that's kind of getting past where the area I'm trying to talk about. And we'll come back at the end here to this pile of rocks, which I love so much. So this parkour, which, while useful on defense, should mess that up, useful on defense, is also extremely useful on offense. So from up here, you know, you can aim. Okay, maybe that's not the best spot to stand, but you can stand like I'm messing this up. You can stand here, like the snipers over there never expect anyone to walk up here. Like, I have seen like 2 people ever come up here. I use it all the time, but other snipers, I never see them use it. And like, they're aiming here. You know, they're aiming here. You're not even on their screen. You're up there. They don't see you at all. Like, the chances of them seeing you, like, unless they're unscoped, then maybe they'll see you. But usually they're focused on this area, so they don't see you at all. But the best part is when they do see you, just how many options you have to like outplay them. So like, you know, you have up here, you can move over a little bit, so you have to cover this rock, which has a weird hitbox. So like, you can actually shoot through this part of the rock and still hit them. You can see I made a bullet hole there, even though I was shooting through the rock. So like, this is some good cover. If you can like guess where they are, you can probably get a body shot on them without them even seeing you, because this game's broken. You got to be careful. Sometimes if you fall down here though, you get, okay, I did not demonstrate that well. If you fall down here, you can get pretty stuck. Okay, maybe I'm just, okay, never mind. I feel like I've gotten stuck there before, but maybe I'm misremembering. You could stand here, aim around, pretty good spot. It's a little more dangerous because you are kind of right next to where they will be aiming, but kind of an unexpected place for you to come from. And again, this rock is like weird, so where you can shoot through this. So yeah. And another really good spot, this is another spot that's actually great for every class, is jumping up here. Then you can shoot down there. This is great for any class. Like, they've got a sentry nest in here. You know, you can jump up here as spy, just jump down, sap everything without them having a chance to like shoot at you from around this corner. Jump up here as like heavy or something. You can just mow everyone down. As long as they don't have a sniper watching from the second point, like, it's such a great spot. And once there is someone on the second, once your team is on the second point, you can snipe down at it from there, from up here. You know, you can use the cover of this rock, peek out. Like I said, weird hitboxes on this map. Like, this rock is actually bigger than it would seem. But yeah, you can shoot down there. Another epic spot. You can jump up here, shoot down there. There's just so many options with this pile of rocks. I love it. But I think that's going to be about it for this video. I love Badwater First so much because, as you've seen, just so many options, lots of places to stand, lots of places for, you know, sniper v sniper, like outplaying, as opposed to just like I aimed better and faster, where you can stand where they don't see you. And I was kind of rambling there, so I just cut it off. But thanks for watching anyway, and if you'd like to see more of this type of video where I talk about, you know, maybe sniper spots or just like sniper techniques in general, please let me know in the comments, and I'll see you next time.